Hello everybody and welcome to my first episode of my new series called Zoo Tycoon 2. I'm very excited to bring this to you now that I can do it on my brand new Asus computer. A little background on Zoo Tycoon. When I was a wee child, I played this game, Zoo Tycoon 1, and then they came out with Zoo Tycoon 2, and the graphics were 10 times the graphics on Zoo Tycoon 1. So, for this series, I'm just going to play a freeform game, which basically means you have unlimited money, and you can just build it as much as you want. I think there's a City Zoo Junior. I'm going to start out with City Zoo Junior. It's the smallest zoo, but it does have fences that are pre-placed. And if you guys know anything about Zoo Tycoon, then you'll know what I'm talking about when I play this game. So as you can see, there are fences that are already fenced in for you here. I'm going to go out a little bit more. There's a fence here, some fences over here, and then a little boardwalky type thing. Some more fences over here, some more fences over here, more fences over here. And last but not least, there are fences over here. Okay, so what I first do in these types of situations is I place buildings. So first you need a bathroom, because I've noticed on this game that people freak out if there are no bathrooms. So I'm going to place the bathrooms kind of like in the center of the park, so that way people are like, oh, I know where the bathroom is, so they'll go to the bathroom. And then I usually place the food places. I usually place hamburgers and hot dogs by each other, like that. And of course people need drinks, so I place the soda and the water. There are thousands of food places on this game. There's sandwiches, kebabs, sushi, salads. You can even get restaurants that have everything. There's coffee. And then of course you need to have dessert vendors, so I usually do ice cream. I'll put ice cream right here, and let's see, cheesecake, cotton candy, and let's do cotton candy because I love cotton candy. Alright, so there are dessert vendors, and then of course you need a place for them to sit down, so I'm going too far. Let's place some of these. I don't know, I should use these. I think these are better. The only problem with those is I feel like they take up a lot of space, but they really don't. So let's place a couple of these on here. And then we'll put some benches on the outside so people can sit on the benches, because when there's not enough seats for people to sit down, people get really mad. And they're like, we need somewhere to sit down, and there's like nowhere to sit down. So I'm going to put some benches. Alright, so that's basically the fundamentals. Oh, I forgot trash cans. Let's put some trash cans, and then we'll put a couple recyclable bins for people to put their water bottles in. Alright, so that's the fundamentals of that. You can make it look pretty, but right now I want to focus on the animals because that's like the most fun part. Okay. So, for every animal, make sure there's no weird foliage in their enclosures, because most of them don't like that. So if you have a certain expansion, for example, I have the African Adventure and the Endangered Species. So there's a little icon in the top left corner of each animal, and that means it's from the African pack, and that one is from the Endangered pack. And then the ones that don't have anything are just from the normal Zoo Tycoon 2 pack, which is the basic game. So, if you have Marine Mania and Dinosaur, then their little logos will appear also. Okay, so there are a ton of animals in here. Let's put and you have to keep in mind that these animals reproduce like crazy. So, like, say if you were to get a lion. Oh, where's my lion? I lost my lion. These guys produce like crazy. So what you're going to have to do is you need to find a big enough enclosure to put them. So this one's actually pretty big. Or the ones over here are pretty big, like this one will probably be good for my lions. But for the most part, you need to find an animal that is okay in close quarters for these little ones because they're smaller. So, for example, if you have lemurs, they do pretty well in small enclosures. I mean, I don't want them to be too squished, so... You know, I need to rename this, don't I? Courtney's YouTube Zoo. Alright. And then that's fine price. Okay, now it's called Courtney's YouTube Zoo. Yay! So let's put... I kind of want to put those horses in one of these. So let's put these horses. So these are one of my favorite horses. They're called Przewalskis. I have a horrible time pronouncing their name, though. But they're wild horses, and this means that they are critical. A lot of these mean they're endangered. There's someone here where they say endangered. This one means endangered. And this just means critical. So they're almost going extinct. Not extinct. Endangered. So endangered's the worst type of thing you could get. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I usually put 2 females and then 1 male, because 1 male can mate with 2 females and produce baby horses. And then the next thing you need to do is you need to click the zookeeper recommendations. Now these are what the animal likes. So for example, we need food, so let's put a I don't know where I should put this. Let's put this like right in the middle, I guess. And so now they have their food. And enrichment are like balls and salt licks. So we're going to put a couple salt licks and a scratching post. Normally I don't do these because they eat them really fast. So until I have to put foliage up and stuff. These are the shelters. So each animal needs to have a shelter. So I'm going to put the big one back here, because there's going to be a lot of horses eventually. And these are the trees. So this is probably the most important part of this game, is the terrain. So they are grassland animals, so technically the terrain they're in right now is okay. However, I like adding, so this is kind of like, when you add these, they actually add the rocks and the plants and the trees into it when you do this. So watch. So see how it's adding stuff? So technically I don't have to place it my way. It just does it by itself. And personally I think that's fine. So that way you don't have to go through every single tab to click what you want. However, you could do that if you want. So if you want like this giant rock, you put a giant rock. I'm going to put a medium rock because I don't feel like there's enough rocks. Alright, so that's basically what you do for the horses, and then they kind of just do what they want. And then also for most animals you need to put a... where is it at? One of these. So these are donation boxes. So if you put a donation box here, people are going to go and they're going to go and donate money. So basically they give money to your zoo. I'm going to move this over here. Although that doesn't look even, does it? Pope. Well, let's just put it up close. The people can still get in the bench. So that's that, usually. And you can make, you know, it look more pretty or whatever. But this is just kind of like a quick tutorial video of how I do my zoos here. Some people go insane and they make insane enclosures that look amazing. However, you need to download certain things for that, and it's very difficult to do that. So technically I just kind of just go around and just do, you know, what I really want to do. And then soon you'll see people coming in. So like this person is watching the horses here. And it says their name and if they're hungry and thirsty, if they need to sit down. And says how much money they have and what their favorite animals are. If you have a person's favorite animal, they'll most likely donate to them. However, I feel they donate to any animal, really. And here's their thoughts. So I'm actually going to name my horses because I'm weird like that. So you are a girl horse. So let's name you Daisy. And you are a horse too. Let's name you Delilah. Did I spell Delilah? I don't know. I don't really care. And you are the boy horse. So let's name you Danny. Alright, so see, now all my horses have names. And up here is where all your notifications will go. So if like it says Delilah is dying or of sickness or something, then it'll appear up here and you can go to them directly and heal them. Also, another huge thing is hiring zookeepers. Zookeepers are basically your second-hand command. So, see what I did there? That means the zookeeper is responsible for this exhibit. So he is responsible for feeding them, giving them more food, cleaning up their poo, washing them, and healing them when they're sick. So these guys are very important to have in each exhibit you have. Unless you want to do it the hard way and do it all by yourself, because you can do that too, but I find it a lot easier just to put a zookeeper in there. Especially if you have no money. Or if you have a ton of money. You have unlimited money. If you only have like 5,000 5,000 monies, then you're going to have to probably do it by yourself, because these guys are pretty expensive to have. You have to pay them like every month, so. Keeper Chow, that's kind of a funny name. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this first episode. It was kind of short, but I just wanted to explain some things about Zoo Tycoon, and I will be back with my next episode soon, so I hope to see you guys there, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.